Alright, hey guys, welcome back to External View. We're not really sure what episode this is on right now, but it's the final episode of this season.
Woo! Final episode, finally, right?
Yeah. I mean, today we just got myself, Ray, and we got Konstantinos over here.
Yeah. You guys know me, obviously, from the previous episodes.
I mean,
I always do the introductions, obviously.
you're part owner of the show. What do you mean?
Yeah.
They all know you.
Yeah, we both are, though. We both are.
Oh, yeah, we know a lot of people have been anticipating for a new episode, and we do apologise for the long wait, but
It's been like 5 weeks or something, like...
you have to understand the workload is crazy. I mean, all the IAs, the EE, everything, you know. It's just,
I'm pretty sure they can all understand that, though.
I mean,
Because they go... Not every single one of you listeners, but because most of our listeners are IB students.
yeah, no.
They do understand.
Obviously, yeah. I think I got a few people from our other schools that listen. I don't know
Yeah.
if they listen often, but yeah, we got a good average rate of people.
No, they definitely
listen.
listen often, like...
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Our stats are really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's crazy. We started. It was just a joke at the beginning of the year to do the podcast.
Not really a joke.
It was. I
No,
remember.
but we were just having a deep conversation.
Yeah, it was a deep conversation, but
and
I brought it up
we
as a
just
joke.
we decided, yeah, as a joke, I guess. No, but everyone took it slightly seriously though.
I don't think so. I mean, there was a lot more of us when we were thinking of doing the podcast. But obviously, what's your argument? What do you think?
I mean, I see your point, yeah, because initially, obviously, we were the only ones that actually committed to creating episodes and providing for the people.
Providing for the people.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's what I call it.
I like that.
Because obviously, we've produced only quality content so far.
No, a lot has happened since the beginning of the year because we started this. It was like a few. I think it was after New Year's, or was it before New Year's?
I don't
After.
remember.
It was after.
It was after, yeah.
Yeah, so we started this from the beginning of this year, not academic year, but the beginning of this year.
Just been producing content.
Yeah, we have, and it. I mean, so
Up-
yeah, a lot has happened. A lot has happened.
So, what are your thoughts on the episodes that we've made so far?
Well, okay, that's a very interesting question. I like them a lot because we were able to see since the very first episode with Nathan Smith. I hardly knew the dude. It's Smith, right? His surname?
Nathan Smith.
I think I'm getting him and Alex Smith mixed up.
Yeah, probably.
Nathan, is it not Nathan?
You mean what episode?
The very first one.
The very first one was with Harry.
No.
We were
Oh no,
just
sorry, the
talking.
second one.
The
Then.
second one.
With
I
Nathan.
don't know his surname.
I'm
but
pretty sure it's
Nathan.
Smith. Anyways, Nathan. If your surname's not Smith, then I apologize. Okay, no, the first one was more. That was never meant to be posted, you know.
Which one?
The very first one with Harry. We
Why
remember.
not?
Remember, we went to K1.
You were arguing about posting or not, I swear.
Yeah, we were just like this was just a practice of like what if
Oh,
we were.
right, yeah.
This was like if we were to do this
we
podcast
weren't actually
series.
gonna post it.
Yeah.
But then you started looking into the website. And
Yeah,
stuff
no,
like
and
that.
then I took it quite serious. I made the logo, the external view logo.
Yeah.
We made up the name during that very first episode. Yeah, from then we took it quite serious. But from the second episode, which I think that's when we first took it seriously, not knowing many people, asking Nathan Smith because I think he told us that he was a Buddhist.
Yeah.
I was like,
So it was a quite interesting point of discussion, right?
yeah, and then I was like, okay, let's come on the podcast. Very first one, why not have a guest?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, having Nathan Smith was very interesting, you know, understanding his viewpoints about Buddhism, religion. I mean, religion as a whole. We've talked a lot about religion, me and you.
Religion has been a great point of discussion
It's
between us.
continuous viewpoint.
Yeah. Just because we have opposing views, so we like to challenge each other's views a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not religious. I'm still not believing.
We're not gonna go into
No, I'm
that.
just highlighting. I'm still
But
not
yeah,
religious. I
yeah.
will never believe in a religion. Whether
But
or
at
not-
least you don't completely disregard the idea that God might exist.
that's one thing. I
That's
think
a good improvement.
in that episode I was a bit hot-headed.
Hard-headed, yeah.
No, hot-headed. I was
No,
just
hard-headed as well.
okay.
Both
Yeah.
hot-headed and hard-headed.
Hard and hot-headed.
Yeah.
I was just lack of belief. But no, right now I would not put it past that there's the idea of a god or a creator, but I'm not following
So
religion.
you would
for-
say these episodes that we've created, they've changed you, right?
I don't know if it's the episode.
Change your
I think
beliefs.
it's you specifically.
I mean, I change a lot of people daily, but
You're not changing me to the point where I'm believing in religion, though. Not am I saying that I do believe in God. I'm just saying I'm not putting it past the idea that
yeah,
there might
but
be
you
one.
know what? Before you were saying that God does not exist, and now you're saying
parts
that
of- no,
God
but-
might exist.
Like 50% of me still believes that.
Okay, so now you saying that there's no way I'm gonna follow religion.
No, but that is a definite. I'm
But
never
you were
gonna-
saying definitely God doesn't exist.
Okay, you're
And you
saying all
change
this
your
now.
viewpoint.
Now I get why you're saying this, but I'm telling you, I will
Like, so you're
never
saying
ever
there's no
follow
possibility.
religion unless it was like
See, there is a chance.
no,
still.
unless it was like on the unrealistic terms of that life or death situation. I don't know.
Life or death.
Yeah, like someone like
That's a bit harsh. I can't lie.
that's what I mean. I'm not gonna follow religion.
So,
I have
so-
various reasons, and we've
so
spoken
you would
about it.
only follow religion if it was like conditional.
If you put it in that terms, I guess. I mean, look,
Like you don't have unconventional love for religion. It's a bit.
no, I don't believe in religion. That's what I don't believe
So
in it at all.
I didn't mean unconventional. I meant unconditional.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Don't worry. No, it's not. I don't believe in religion as a whole. Religion itself is. I'm not gonna get into it, but you know what my viewpoints. We've spoken about this off the record.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So what was your favorite episode out of everyone?
the Finbar one. I'm not gonna lie, because I love talking about films. I
Yeah.
genuinely do. I know a lot of people don't agree in my opinion on the Flash film. I mean, I can see why the film, but I still think the film was semi decent.
Yeah.
And then I think it was really decent actually. I thought it was a good film. I mean, it may be the fact that I watched it in the cinema and that I had that sort of excitement.
So
from-
did everyone else not watch it in the cinema then?
I think only Callum watched it in the cinema.
Oh,
I think
okay.
everyone else watched it on a website or something. Or because I watched it, I think the second day it came out. So I was like, and
You were really excited for that.
I was.
So I feel like that was a bit of
I
a
don't know because
affected you a bit.
I'm not sure because I'm the biggest Spider-Man. There's one thing about me. I'm one of the biggest Spider-Man fans ever.
Yeah.
I was a bigger Spider-Man fan. You can ask my friends from childhood. You probably won't ever because you won't meet them. But I was a massive Spider-Man fan. All I would talk about was Spider-Man.
That's
And
respectable.
they would take the piss out of me all the time for loving Spider-Man. At one point, I think one of my friends were just making fun of me, like mocking me almost. And my teacher, my form tutor at the front of the room thought we all were like a group of people that had love Spider-Man. He thought we were like all massive fans, but it was only me and he didn't realise that they were taking the mick out of me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't dislike them for it. I thought it was genuinely just a funny thing. They were just annoying me for that, But no, I consistent. And my point is, when I watched Spider-Man in the cinema, Spider-Man No Way Home, I was so excited, Andrew's coming back, Toby's coming back, all my theories about what the film was like, and I was slightly disappointed by it. And that's what I mean. I was more excited for that film than I was for the
So
Flash.
basically, you're saying that you were not really biased,
I wasn't biased for the Flash, no.
and you used your Spider-Man experience as an example for that.
Yeah, no. Truthfully, I don't think I was biased for the Flash, and I still think to this day that Flash. I can't. If I was to
Yeah,
watch-
but if we actually speaking honestly, yeah, Cars is probably the best.
I know.
the
I
best
still need to
movie,
watch
but-
it. What's it? Since that episode we were talking about, it was that
Because
same.
yeah, it was that same episode.
Yeah.
That was probably I feel like the most.
It was the most.
It wasn't the most serious one.
It was one of the
It
most
wasn't the
fun
most.
ones.
Yeah, it wasn't the most fun one. It was. I feel like it was a good like in between,
It was just enjoyable.
and we had a lot of people as well. So I feel
I
like
mean, all the episodes we've done. I'm not gonna lie. I have enjoyed them.
yeah,
I
obviously.
enjoyed like talking to Enzo about the philosophical ideas.
So this
of-
is not like to offend people.
No, we
but,
we love all the people that have come on.
That's
I'm-
very debatable, but
You just like it.
no, I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
No, if you were to say any
we
names,
we
I'll-
don't like some of the people. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, no, I've enjoyed all of them, but
But just a few. A bit weird, isn't it?
oh yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
nah, yeah,
You know
no,
who you are.
yeah. I mean, what was your, come on, what's your favorite episode? I mean, you've asked me mine. What was yours?
My favorite episode probably had to be with Daniel Solan. I can't lie.
Yeah, that was a good one. But
Just because I had a lot to talk about,
yeah,
like cars, because
Yeah.
I'm interested in cars as well.
No,
it's
no, I
it's
get that.
interesting. Also, his passion and sort of purpose for being an engineer, that was quite good. Like it served as a good example for us to see what we should strive to be like.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, how you're trying to be a director, right?
Mm.
I feel like Daniel serves as a good example of how passionate you should be about
Yeah.
being a film director or any other career that you want to do.
I mean, recently I've been getting quite, I don't know, self-conscious about the whole film industry as a whole. I mean, without a doubt, I think still at this moment I want to study film
Yeah.
production. I can't see myself studying anything else. Like, so many people have come up to me and like, doing film at uni is like a waste. I'm like, first of all, I have to go to uni. It's like one of those things I just really want to do, right? But I can't imagine myself doing anything besides film, or want to do anything besides film. It's just like it was either not necessary or like I wouldn't
It's
enjoy
basically
it.
part of your character now.
Yeah. No, I genuinely do like studying film.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, no, but recently because there's the whole strike system. I don't know if you know about that.
Strike.
There's a massive strike happening right
For
now.
what film?
They have film writers. I don't know if it's like directors, but I know.
But so why are you not going on strike then? Don't come to school.
I'm not in the film industry, bro.
I mean,
not
technically,
yet. Not
technically.
yet. Not yet.
I mean, technically you are with your film projects. Like,
No, but I'm not in the industry of like I don't know, let's
You
say
could be.
Hollywood.
just text. What's his name?
Text my guy Quentin Tarantino.
No, the other one.
Damien Chazelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Text him and be like, yo,
Nah,
I need a spot.
No, I would love to meet one of those two, if not both. I'd love to meet them.
Yeah.
Two very talented people. I think Tarantino is just a genius. Like he genuinely, because obviously he spent his beginnings of his life, just in a film shop, just watching films, and he used that knowledge to make his own films. He's just a genius. What's it? When I was listening to his podcast, with Joe Rogan, he has a full-on process when he makes a film, right? So he thinks. Do you know?
So when you watch one of his films, do you recognize that it's his then?
Well,
Because if he uses the same underlying structure behind each film,
no, that's not what I meant by structure. I mean structure in terms of
how he produces it.
yeah. So what he does, like in the invention of the film, right?
Yeah.
So what he does, I'll break it down. So he thinks of an idea, right, and will just sort of jot down
Just
ideas.
random,
I mean, that's what everyone would do. If you think of a great film idea, if you're a film director or a film writer, you'll jot down your ideas.
But are those ideas not based on previous films?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I'm not him, right? I don't know, but truthfully, I'm not.
No, but for you, what would you do? Would you base your film ideas on previous films that you've seen?
Unless I was doing like a number two of a film.
Oh, because me as an artist, yeah, usually I take inspiration from existing art pieces. It's not that I'm copying the art piece, but I'm sort of using the techniques within that.
No, but that's the same with anywhere. It's the same with like people who write literature.
Yeah.
They take ideas from different films, or like they do different films or different literature pieces and make their own work.
Yeah.
It's
So I feel like with the art, and especially
Yeah.
having knowledge of the past
This
is
is
really
such
important.
a top.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it kind of
conversation.
is, yeah. But I feel like having knowledge of the past is really important to help you develop a kind of
Yeah.
library of
I mean,
ideas.
I don't want. This is one of the things. I don't want to be one of those directors who makes like like Fast and Furious 10. How there's like 10.
Ah, cool.
No, there's 10 of them. It's all for
Yeah.
the money. I get that, and it's amazing. Well, like in terms of the amount of money they're about to.
The
put
film
on.
was really nice as well. It was best film.
No, you didn't just say that.
I did.
You didn't know. You haven't. No. Which ones are you talking about?
Fast and Furious 10, the latest ones,
Fast and Furious 10 was horrific.
they've been so good.
Fast and Furious 10 was
They've
terrible.
been so sick.
You didn't watch it, did you? I was just messing with me. What happened in it?
I haven't actually watched it.
Yeah, so
but
shut up.
I know Jason Momoa's in it.
Oh yeah, everyone knows that. He's in the trailer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wait. No, Dom's brother, that's Fast 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fast 9 as well.
Nah. It
But
was.
how they flying that?
They're flying in space.
So
It's a
weird,
car
man.
film and they're in space.
Watch the team.
It's a car.
Picks it up.
It's a car film. They're in space. It's just a bad idea. Like they shouldn't have done it.
I can't lie, they just clapped.
Since Fast Furious, I think.
they run out of ideas, yeah.
No. Since
See, the thing is, they could have done it like John Wick, where they just ended the film and it
no,
was
but John
like
Wick was
really
only
nice.
4 films. That's the difference.
Yeah, but
Whereas because John Wick was.
they could have stopped at Fast and Furious 8. There's no need.
No,
to
but
make
they only continue because of the money. That's the only reason.
Yeah, of course. But I feel like, I mean, they should have just ended it when what's his name, Brian died.
Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that Matt had a massive tear in the whole series of films, you know. Because they were all, like, very depressed, you know. One of the main actors. They were all, like, I think he was, like, one of the nicest actors out of all of them. They were all friends with him.
Definitely.
All loved him. Because I know there's a lot of beef between Vin
The
Diesel.
Rock.
No, not even just Vin Diesel and The Rock, but Vin Diesel and a lot of actors. He's got a lot of beef.
Is it?
Yeah, I can't tell
The
you.
Rock does as well.
I mean, The Rock is The Rock. I don't really care. The Rock is The Rock. He's
So
goated.
Vin Diesel is Vin Diesel.
Vin
I can say
Diesel.
the same
Vin
thing.
Diesel's not on the same level as The Rock.
I don't. I mean,
I
yeah,
prefer The
guess.
Rock over Vin Diesel. Whatever the beef
What, in
there is.
films?
No, in general.
I
Whatever.
feel like they're both sort of stuntmen, kind of.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's
whatever
not, it's not
beef-
really like.
No, they're not actors. They're not. No, sorry. They are actors. They're not.
They're not professionals.
But they're not. No, they are professional. They're not acting for the passion of acting. They're just.
Yeah, I guess.
That's
That's what I mean. Like, because with some actors, they actually do it just because of acting.
Yeah, I think we
Because they
briefly
want to.
picked up on this with Finbar thing where we were talking about because I said actors like Emma Stone, she's very talented. No,
And then we said The Rock's black.
oh yeah, that one. I think I might have edited that out though. I don't know.
No, you didn't.
Did I not?
You left it in. We all paused. Yeah.
Who
we
was
started laughing.
who said it? Was it
It's
Finbar? He was like, but The Rock is black.
That shit was
Oh.
so funny, man.
No, yeah, that was. So, I think there was no context behind it as well. It was random.
Nah.
Um,
No, we were talking about like I think we were talking about skin color and actors and something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Wait, but The Rock's black."
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Track back to Tarantino thing. I just wanted to pick up on this. So like his process, right? He thinks of his films. He jots it down. He has. This is something I aspire to have when I'm older. He goes. So before that, so he writes the introduction of his film. The intro is is the only thing he writes, and that's him persuading himself that he's making that film. If he can't write a good intro, he's scratching the whole film. So whenever you watch a Tarantino film,
That's actually quite smart, though.
it is smart because whenever you watch a Tarantino film, the intro is usually quite elaborate.
Yeah.
Like in Pulp Fiction, the intro couldn't have been better.
I don't quite remember the intro, but
It's the same as the ending. It continues and it's like a circle.
oh right, yeah, they're in a
yeah,
coffee
the
place.
coffee shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to watch more Tarantino films. I need to watch Inglourious Bastards. I need to watch. Yeah, it's just a lot more. I can't think of more in my head because I've watched quite a lot. I need to finish the Kill Bill series. But anyways, after he's written the intro, and once he's persuaded himself to write the film, now this is the thing I want to have when I'm older. He walks into the back of his house, and he has a room, and in that room is a bunch of vinyls, or just a bunch of records.
A music room.
Music room, and it all is just full of records. And what he does, he spends maybe a day or so picking out songs. He sits down and he finds the best songs that he's gonna have in that soundtrack of that film, and then from there that's how he makes the film. Imagine though, like some of the film.
But how many soundtracks? How would you know how many you should pick out?
It doesn't matter. He's the director. He makes it up. But I think Tarantino considers himself more as a writer than he does a director. He doesn't consider himself a director as much as he does consider himself as a writer.
Because I feel like you said with the introduction, he focuses more on
Narrative and the beauty of like his
Just-
craft.
just writing it down rather than telling people what to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and also like
What type of director do you want to be?
see,
A very dominant one, yeah?
don't no.
You move over there.
No, that's not. So a lot of directors, they sit behind a screen and watch what's happening from the screen, so the perspective of what it's going to look like on screen.
Right.
I want to be the director that's there with the camera guy. I want to be in the room. I want to be with him.
So you want to be present?
I want to be present because it's my film. I want it to be perfect. So therefore,
Yeah, that sounds a bit dominant.
it's not. It's more.
If you
It's more collaborative than dominant. I'm working with everyone instead
Yeah.
of bossing everyone around. You know.
So you want to work with them, but because you said you want your film to be perfect. That sounds a bit.
Well, no, obviously
Wow,
perfect. Perfect is one of those words that's just never gonna happen. Like no, it's like a person, and no one's perfect, right?
You're perfect.
Ah, thank you. No, you're just as perfect as I am.
I don't like this. Bit weird.
No, it's weird. No, so it's no, so you can never get anything perfect. But you can always try, right? It's about trying, and it's about because you'll never get anything perfect. Like even with what's something you've done recently in terms of work, not schoolwork, but anything outside.
Guitar.
You'll never get perfect at the guitar. Truthfully, you'll never be perfect. But
I will.
If you practice
I will.
very hard, you'll probably be one of the greats.
No.
You're just telling me you're gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
Nah. Okay.
You know someone like the Do, yeah? I would consider him. You know who the Do is?
Do.
The Do.
The do. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber. Plays electric guitar. Never see his face.
He's a very.
You always see his forearms.
You're gonna be like Jimi Hendrix. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, but no. I'm just gonna be perfect my own way.
Okay. So
That's actually really deep, you know.
So you're not gonna have inspiration.
Everyone's perfect. Everyone's perfect, but they're in their own way.
What do you think about people having inspirations?
Clapped. No, I'm joking.
No, like people inspiring or
would you mean
having role models? What do you think of that?
have role models?
Instead of having.
Because you said with inspirations, I mean everyone has inspirations.
No, but inspired by a role model. That's what I meant.
Just a specific one that they idolize.
Yeah, no,
in a
because
sense.
doesn't
It depends to the extent that you do it.
No, but doesn't everyone have a role model, someone they look up to?
No, yeah. See, the difference, there's a very fine line where your role model just becomes like, you become so obsessed with your role model that you want to become your role model. That shouldn't be your objective. Your objective should be following aspects of your role model and characteristics of your role model, but never actually wanting to be your role model, because that makes you not unique in a sense. You want to be your own self.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to stop being yourself, because then you get lost at some point.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I mean, it's again with the idea of perfection. I mean, it's like, you know how people say don't meet your heroes, because your heroes are never perfect. They're not the way you perceive them to be anyways.
Yeah.
Like I could say I look up to, let's say for the example in this case,
Steve Jobs or something.
Definitely, Steve Jobs is definitely one of those people where you'd say he's not perfect.
Just swearing all the time.
His social life was horrific. I think.
Yeah, because I was reading this book.
I watched a lot.
Not social life, but when he was working and he was the boss, yeah. There's stories of him just shouting all over the place if they don't do it exactly how he wants them to do it.
I don't know. Is that a bad or a good thing? Because he made Apple one of the most successful businesses of all time.
Yeah, but how many people did he?
If you think about it, he made his own version of a phone. But every other phone that's not Apple is an Android. And he's just
What?
and there's no every phone
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, I get you. No, but obviously there's a difference between
no. If you
Android.
think about
iPhone is its own thing.
that's what I
yeah?
mean. He created his whole.
But see,
if someone
oh
if
my
someone new
days.
was to create a phone though, it'll be classified as an Android.
No.
Is it
Listen,
not?
it's basically that Apple
Mm,
is a brand.
of
Yeah.
course,
Steve Jobs created that brand.
I know that.
Android is not a brand.
No,
That's
I'm
not
not
a
talking
brand.
about him or Apple. I'm talking about the version of the phone. Because you can't call an
So-
iPhone an Android.
No,
Every other phone.
but you can't call a Samsung
It's an
an
Android.
iPhone.
No, but Samsung.
That's the same sort of dynamic.
No. But a Samsung is an Android.
Yeah.
A BlackBerry is an Android.
So your MacBook is basically iOS. You use
Yeah,
the same software. iOS
Well,
is
how many other things is there? There's Windows and there's Linux.
yeah.
How many? That's it,
And
right?
that's not related to Android, is it?
You were talking about laptops. That's why the only reason
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mentioned it.
Because I'm basically saying that with Apple, everything runs on iOS, right?
Mhm.
With Samsung,
Yeah.
everything runs on Android.
Yeah.
So whoever created Samsung, or a different brand, or Huawei or something, yeah,
Huawei. Oh.
Huawei. Or
Okay.
Huawei,
Yeah, I know the brand you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought
So
it was
whoever
called
created
Hawaii,
the brand.
yeah. No, not Hawaii.
Hawaii, yeah?
country.
Yeah, let's
Hey.
buy Hawaii today.
No, ignore me.
Imagine you.
No, but that's also an Android phone, isn't it?
Yeah.
My point is, I'm not saying like.
Your point is that only iPhones use iOS.
Yeah, no.
And there's no other phone that
I'm-
uses iOS.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the significance of that.
I don't know, because Samsung was.
Because no other phone brand has been bothered to make their own sort of system like that. Obviously, they have got their own unique systems. Where's the bell go off?
I don't know.
Obviously, they all have their own unique OS systems and all that stuff. But no one's made their own thing like the iOS has. And that's what I mean, like, everything else is an Android. And Steve Jobs has made this whole thing, instead of moving into the Android world, he's now created a whole thing. And now, it's not even a competition. People are either 50-50 Android
I'm
or
not
Apple.
even sure that Android even like. You're saying Android and Apple, which doesn't even stand because Apple, as I said, is a brand. Android is an operating system.
What's the Apple version
Samsung and Apple.
What's the Apple version of Android? What's the Apple term?
I told you, Samsung.
No, what's the Apple term? Because Apple's not an Android, what is it?
iOS.
Okay, so it's either iOS or Android, that's the argument.
Operating system, yeah.
Yeah. Where every other phone...
Obviously, a lot more phones using Android exist.
Yeah.
But that's because you have a lot more customization with Android.
All I'm saying is that's how significant his work was.
Okay, I get that.
That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not making...
But it would be more comparable to someone like Jeff Bezos and Amazon. Because he actually created his own thing. Because Amazon was not really like...
What was it? It started as a bookshop,
thing.
didn't it? An online bookshop.
Yeah,
Um,
something like that.
And then it grew to become like an online, like Blue Water almost.
Yeah, Blue Water.
It's basically an online Blue Water. You can shop everything there.
Yeah.
Online supermarket.
Yeah, basically. And you can compare that because something like that doesn't really exist or didn't really exist.
Yeah, and that's what like one.
Whereas with iPhone, yeah, you could say that the person who created Samsung is the same sort of level of.
I mean, I don't know who created Samsung, but Samsung and iPhone. Oh, sorry, Samsung and Apple are the two leading phone brands, right?
Yeah,
I mean, Samsung is not just a phone brand. They have fridges.
Yeah, but iPhone has
other
laptops
appliances.
and stuff.
No, but so does so I think Samsung sells everything that Apple sells, but their own Samsung version. But then they also sell fridges. They sell dishwashers, washing machines. They sell home appliances as well.
Yeah.
So they're very wide in their market. So I think
So you would say that Samsung is better than Apple then?
in terms of phones,
No, in general.
in general, no, I think Apple's still more successful.
I didn't ask that.
No, but in
I
terms
asked
of
who do you think is better?
because I think Apple's more successful. I think Apple.
I would argue that Samsung is like bigger though, and
Well, because they have a larger market.
yeah, I think so. So isn't that more successful? Doesn't that mean they're more successful?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked at the stats and figures of the whole brand, or both brands. But if you look at it, let's isolate it just to the phones, right? Samsung phones, I think Apple phones are way more popular than Samsung phones.
It depends where you go as well. Like, plus I do highly think that someone that buys iPhones is just stupid, like a little bit, because they release the new versions that they release. Yeah, they're not even improvements upon the older phones. They're just size improvements.
No, I've not.
And they sell it at like 1,500 quid for that. Like, it doesn't make sense.
No, that's a very, very good point to bring up about Apple. They basically release the same phone each year, but they change a bit. I mean, the only major difference is when they move from the iPhone 8 to the iPhone 10.
Yeah.
Because they introduced the no home button. It's the only big. But then Apple. Sorry, it's not Apple. Samsung's been doing that for years before that. You know, so
Yeah.
it's not that impressive. But I remember when the iPhone 10 came out, it was like one of the biggest things. But remember everyone was just making fun of the notch thing. You know, like
I think so. Yeah.
it was like them. I think it was like a haircut. There's someone, yeah, it was like a buzz cut. I think people were doing like to mock it. That sort of thing. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, so we just look at the phones. Apple phones are way more popular. If we look at laptops, I think Apple, it's just Samsung and Apple. Just Samsung and
I
Apple.
don't know
not Microsoft.
Samsung laptops, mate.
That's what I mean. No one, hardly anyone buys a Samsung laptop.
Why? I don't know if that exists.
No, they definitely do exist. I've seen them before.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why would anyone buy a Samsung laptop though?
No, because lots of people do. Because they are. I think they are good.
They
It's
are
like-
good, yeah, but like you would go to something like, I don't know, Lenovo or Asus.
Aren't they going to go by Google now? Asus. It's part of the Chromebook, isn't it? Asus Chromebooks.
That is a collaboration, but Asus makes their own stuff as well.
Oh, is it not?
Asus is probably like a really like high-end gaming brand.
Yeah.
Not just probably gaming, yeah, but
But then if we're looking at PCs, let's ignore. I don't think Samsung has PCs. If we look at PCs, the Microsoft PCs are 1,000 times better than the Apple ones. I don't like the Apple PCs. It's the same sort of software as Mac,
yeah,
but I don't like it.
because you it's quite expensive for what you get.
And you can't even upgrade it. Whereas a PC, my PC, my
You could
dad,
just unscrew the back and just not PC, but even laptops. So
you can't even upgrade the laptop.
not MacBook,
Not MacBooks, but
Windows laptops
Yeah.
you can.
yeah.
Because apparently no, but just iPhone not iPhone. I'm sorry, I meant Apple. They just move a lot for profits. I feel like
They're very
they don't really care.
for-profit brand.
They don't really care too much about customer.
No, they definitely do. Everything they do, because they
But they don't even allow you to change the screen yourself.
No, but that's because that's a business move. Because if they
Yeah, exactly. If they cared about the customer, they would allow them to do that because it's cheaper to do, right? So they're just kind of taking money away from.
I don't know if
people.
you can argue fully that Apple don't
Not
care
fully,
about their
but
customers, but in that sense, yeah, I guess.
Obviously,
Because
there is some
it's-
customer
it's,
service.
I don't know if selfish is the right word to use there, but they're
Greedy.
doing it for themselves for the money because it's very
Yeah.
expensive to. When people break their iPhones, I've seen people just walk around with it because they're not paying for because you might as well just buy a new phone at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
There's no point. So, from the episode, what was the most valuable thing you learned?
from all episodes.
Yeah, if you took away one thing, what would it be?
Well, as in from the people who've been on, or for like after
obviously
doing that, after being a host.
I would say from the people first, and then we can talk about being a host.
You go first, because I can't think.
You can't think. Mine would have
Because
to
I've learned
be,
a lot of things, you know.
most valuable lesson. That's a good question, you know.
I mean, you asked it yourself, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Obviously, I would think it's a good question if it was my question, but.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, so wait, look. Overall, we learned a lot from Nathan about.
You know what I
New
think
region.
I learned, yeah?
Oh, okay, just answer. I
Sorry.
mean, this guy just talks over me, but fine. No, you go ahead. Just go for it.
Sorry, man.
No, go for it. Don't worry.
You know what I think? I've learned that it will be like podcast. Like, there's no point to it. I'm joking. I'm only saying this because I can't actually think of anything. Oh, that's sick. That's sick.
What's
Yeah.
it?
So the most important thing I learned while having this podcast is the value of connecting with people and understanding
No,
their
definitely.
point of view on something. Like, that is so important. You don't even realize how valuable it is to just talk with another human being that's been through as many things as we have been through, and the conclusions that they have made. To understand those conclusions, you just expand your viewpoint and the way you see the world in general, like, completely.
No, definitely. I think one of the more important things about like doing this whole podcast, the fact that I've said this a lot throughout, but the fact that we don't come from this school originally, we came from both different schools. I didn't even know you before we came here. Me and you became friends. We started this podcast, talking to random people that were essentially strangers at the time. Maybe not at the time that we then started asking them to come, but from the beginning of the year, basically strangers. Getting to know their points of view, because a lot of people in this school, getting to know them, it's a very interesting thing, because they're very different to the type of people I used to hang out with in my old school.
Yeah.
The culture's a lot different here.
In this school, I feel like a lot of people, they're different. And not everyone's the same. Everyone has their own sort of thing going on.
I'm not sure if I like it a lot. I can't.
Sometimes people do seem fake.
Yeah.
They do seem like.
I don't know. Fake. I don't know. Is fake a bit of an exaggeration?
No, I'm talking about people that just
You
don't
talking about
have.
people in general?
Nah. In this school, I would say. Like some people.
Tell me. I'm curious now. I'll blur their names out.
I don't know.
I'll
I can't
take
name
this bit
someone
out.
specifically.
No, I really enjoy having deep conversations with people because it gets you to understand them
Yeah.
a lot more.
So you do enjoy the act of just
Having a sit down. I think one of the best things in life, if you just sit down with your buddies, like from best friends, you in a group of like 5 of you, when you're just older, sitting down, no, you're old, so there's not old as an old, but like you're older, so there's nothing stopping you in terms of time wise. You don't have to get up to go to work or anything, and you can just do whatever, sit down with your friends and just relax and talk or do whatever and chill. I don't think there's any better like thing in life, like any better experience. I think that'll be probably one of the highlights of your life, just when you're able to just stay up late, just vibe, maybe just in London, just sitting around, just underneath the starry night, just chatting, and a deep conversation. There's not, but
sounds romantic.
Yeah, but it does. I watched this thing the other day. Denzel Washington. He was saying this thing about black people aren't a race; it's a culture. It's a culture difference that white people don't understand. It's not a race thing, and he was talking something.
It's both, not race.
No, but he's saying specific. I mean, literally, yes, it's directly. I mean, your different skin colors.
Yeah.
Figuratively, it's a culture. He's telling.
Obviously,
us,
yeah.
Because he's saying. I think he was talking about a thing about like. I don't get the reference because I don't have that black culture. But there's something about like a hot head pin or something, a hot pin. Something about apparently something black people understand.
A hot like.
I think it's like something to. He said
comb.
Yeah, something like either the comb or I think something to do with their hair. I don't know, but it's like a lot. Yeah, it's I mean, race is a very tricky subject, right? Talking about race in general. I don't usually talk about race. A lot.
Tricky subject.
It is a tricky subject.
I want to say tricky.
I'm not. I don't.
Just talk about what you think. Like.
No, I don't like to talk a lot about race. A lot. But what I thought it was that Denzel Washington quote I heard was a very interesting quote. I thought the way.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not saying I disagree with that.
That makes so much sense. That's literally facts.
Because like the way
it's the culture, obviously.
The way I'm brought up in my house comparing to your household, that's a culture difference.
It is a culture difference, but there's also similarity though.
Because I have a Mauritian culture in my house. I mean, as you know, it's sort of mixed. Because my dad's like proper English.
Of course, yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, there's more similarities than in how we grew up than you would have with like just a British person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I grew up in the same sort of strict parent household.
I didn't say my parents are strict.
So
Yeah. I mean, overall, I've genuinely enjoyed just doing this podcast. I mean, year 12 has been extremely difficult. I did not expect.
I wouldn't say so.
I don't know. It's not difficult.
Only this last.
No, it's
stretch.
not. It's not difficult in terms of the whole thing. I think it's just the workload.
Yeah. No. This last stretch. Like.
I wished it was over 3 years, because if it was over 3 years, the workload would be balanced out throughout.
No, I feel like 2 years is good though.
2 years is good. Don't get me
You
wrong.
can get over with it. Like it's
No,
quick.
2 years is good because you get like. But I don't know. I think I genuinely would prefer.
To be
over
fair,
3
it
years.
does feel too quick.
Yeah.
But it's a good difference from GCSE. I feel like.
No, but if you had 3 years, I think like you'd. I think me personally, I think I'd be a lot better in everything because you have more time to learn everything.
No, but to be fair, it teaches you time management skills. 'Cause
It does.
If,
I mean, yeah.
If you had the proper time management skills, and you met deadlines as soon as you got a task, like a homework task, right?
Mm.
You would probably do the best that you could in everything.
I think the quality. I think if you have more time, though, I think the quality of everything.
It's not about time. It's not about having more time. It's about being more efficient.
It is. It definitely
And
is.
also managing your time accordingly as well.
No, I definitely agree with that.
Because everyone had the same sort of time, and
Obviously.
same chances, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we have different lives at home and stuff, but I mean, the person that gets 45 points for the IB had the same sort of time as us.
Yeah. There's no way I'm getting 45. Truthfully, I'm not getting 45.
But to be fair, there is an exception to people that have a lot of stuff going on at home. Like
Yeah.
doing clubs, just activities in general, like
I mean, even like household stuff, like.
yeah,
Yeah.
even supporting your parents with a job
Yeah.
or like
I don't think
taking care of a little brother or sister, like
Yeah. I don't think we answered the question. Oh, let's just like quickly.
no, we
find-
did answer the
No,
question.
no. As in.
We said the most important thing is
No. What was your favorite episode?
favorite episode. I did say that.
What was it?
Daniel's solo.
Oh yeah, you did. And I said Finbar.
Yeah, but I feel like it was just interesting. I can't lie, I was just interested in his passion as well as. In the end, this has been quite a nice conversation about our opinions on the whole podcast process and the episodes that we've been through and created, and the things that we've learned from them, but also kind of going off into our own little conversation about things, kind of to make this episode not only not only to celebrate the past episodes, but also to create a new sort of episode for you guys to listen to.
I mean, overall, I think we just should say well done to everyone who's survived year 12.
Definitely.
IB is tough. I mean, even those doing A levels, I'm sure it must be tough. Truthfully, not as tough as the IB. No, I don't think they could. Their workload or anything.
Definitely not.
There's
definitely
no way
not.
they're more tough than the IB.
Yeah.
But congratulations to everyone, for the whole process, everything. Thank you for all the listeners so far. And have a great summer, guys. We're gonna enjoy next year, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
When we then start thinking about adulthood and whatnot.
And also possibly making new episodes, season 2
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah, possibly season 2. I hope you guys look forward to hearing from us again, and yeah, goodbye.